There's another human coming to my house in approximately 20 minutes and I don't know them, so this is gonna be interesting. No, but legit, I wanted to do something different for this video and I feel like I found the perfect thing. I decided to have like snacks and decor and also make some headphones, and the whole video and all of these things are loosely based around the idea of having an internet/movie night with your friends or by yourself or with your family, I don't really care. And I think this turned out really, really cool. I'm so obsessed with the foods. They are actually the most delicious thing ever. And since I'm doing so much in this video, I will have more information down below if there's any links you would like to click on or any just additional information that you might need. I will have that prepared for you down below. And also, I made a pair of headphones in this video, but if you don't like that and you wanted an alternative, my last video was actually DIY emoji headphones, and I think they turned out really cute, so I will have that link down below as well. So yeah, I think that's about it. Without further ado, we can just hop right into this video. Okay, so one of my ideas was to have like caramel popcorn but put it in like a Rice Krispie treat format, and that didn't really work out too well, so I just had it be regular caramel popcorn. But I will share with you guys anything I would change if I wanted it to actually work. But you guys could choose whatever you would like to do with this. So first, to make this, basically what you want to do is take roughly 20 cups of popcorn. So after you have that all popped, basically in a medium saucepan on your stove, you want to melt 2 cups of butter, and then to that you're going to add brown sugar, corn syrup, and salt. And if you don't have corn syrup, which I didn't, you can actually use like hot water and regular sugar. I'll leave a link down below to like the substitute for that. It's like the easiest thing ever. And then basically you just want to boil that for a few minutes, and then when that is all done, you want to like mix that with your popcorn really well and then put it into a like baking sheet. Basically, if you wanted to make the Rice Krispie treats, you would put these in a sheet, obviously, with parchment paper or some other like non-stick paper. I totally forgot about doing that though, so when I cut them, it kind of like broke into pieces. But basically what you want to do is throw this in the oven for approximately an hour, stirring every like 15-20 minutes. And even if you wanted to make the Rice Krispie treat ones, you still want to stir it, otherwise all the caramel is just going to go to the bottom. If you wanted them to be Rice Krispie treats, you could just pack them down, and that's going to make it a lot easier for them to all stick together if they're like closer together, you know what I mean? So either way, you would just like cut them up and take them out. And that's pretty much it. This is actually the best thing ever. It tastes so good. The second food I'm going to show you guys how you can make is those little like chocolates with the sprinkles on top. You know what I'm talking about? They have like these kinds of candies in the movie theaters, but like outside, if you get like the good chocolate ones, they're actually like really expensive. And these, I would say, took approximately 2 minutes to make and were approximately like $2 to make. So it was actually like the simplest and cheapest thing ever, and they are so good. So in a like saucepan thing again, you want to melt half a teaspoon of like vegetable shortening, but once that's melted, you want to add approximately 8 ounces of chocolate into it. I think it's easier if you add a little section first, and then continue with the rest of it. I feel like that makes it melt easier and better. So once all of your chocolate is melted, you could do one of 2 things to get this into those little shapes. Basically, you want to just have a cookie sheet lined with like parchment paper or wax paper or something. The way that it was suggested to do was to take a spoon and just like dip it in the chocolate and then obviously like put it on there. I found if you do it that way, if you like turn the spoon, it makes an easier like circle as it's kind of like pouring off of the spoon. But I personally found it was much easier if you just put it into like a Ziploc bag or something and then like cut off the very tip and just pipe it onto your tray. I feel like that goes so much faster and it's a million times easier. It's a bit messy, but like, you know. So afterwards, I just put in some sprinkles over top. I just like sprinkled them on top, obviously. And then I put it into the freezer for like 15 minutes until it was cooled. And then after that, you can just put them on a plate or whatever you want. They actually taste the exact same thing as like the really expensive ones, and they take like no time and no money to make. It's amazing. Now onto the decor section of this. I decided to make like fairy lights, as it's kind of like the coolest thing ever when it's night and there's just a little bit of light. I don't know, I think that's really cute. To make the bubble lights, basically what you want to do is take ping pong balls, and where there's the logo, you want to put an X there with a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife or whatever whatever you have. It's actually pretty easy to cut through the ping pong balls. It was like way easier than I expected. But just be really careful because if you put too much pressure, you might like stab yourself. I don't know. You could try doing this on a cutting board if you would like to be a lot safer, but for the purpose of making it look cute while I was filming, you know. And this is actually really cool because the crappier ping pong balls you get, the better it actually turns out, because the crappier ping pong balls are going to be inevitably thinner and less opaque in material, allowing more light to shine through, and then it makes it, you know, more functional. In the middle here, I just had a thin section of them done, and then I just pinned the lights up over there so that they were kind of doing that drapey thing. If you want this to be a little bit less messy looking with the dangly lights in particular, basically what you can do is just take some tape and like secure all of like the little dangles together in one bunch. Don't tape the actual like lights down, as they may like catch fire or, you know, do the melty of the tape, which is probably not preferable. So I just like made sure to tape the wires and not the actual lights, and then it was all good. But you don't have to do this if you're cool with having them like hang down, or if you had like enough ping pong balls to do all of them. I mean, you could do that too. Whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your peach. I don't know. There's so many weird sayings. So the next thing you can do if you know you're just gonna be like lounging around for a while is make these really cute pillows. If you're like me and you have an absurd amount of like YouTube merch or sweatshirts with YouTube related stuff on it, then you can actually take your like long sleeve items and make them into like little pillowcases. And it's not like 100% flawless, but at the same time you're not gonna be like destroying your sweatshirt, which is probably favorable. So I think this is actually really cute. I basically just stuffed a shirt with the pillow that I had, and then I just flipped it over and then folded up the bottom part, and then I used the little arms to tie that up right so it was like all flat on the back. So I think for the amount of time it takes, this is actually the best thing ever. So finally I'm going to show you guys how you can make some earbuds. For this I took the earbuds and taped them down to a surface. If you didn't want to do that, you could also just plug them into a device you're listening to music to and then have that like hold it down. I don't know, I thought that was kind of creative. But then you're going to take some string, and you want the string to be like 5 times the length of like the section you want to cover. I knew mine wasn't going to cover the whole thing, but I still think it looks really like cute and color blocky. So just tie your string to the very base of the section that you want to cover, and then you want to start to knot this after it's been tied down a few times. So basically with your string you want to create an L shape over top of your headphones so that it looks like a 4 shape, and then you want to have it bundled up in your right hand with the 4 on the left, and then just pass it underneath the headphones and pull it up through like the little 4 loop thing, and then you just want to move that knot up to the top and pull it tight. Basically you want to continue doing this. This can take anywhere from like a half hour to an hour depending on the section you would like to cover. I had so much fun filming and editing this video, so I hope you guys are enjoying your time on the internet right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below with either a like or a comment or whatever floats your boat. So I will see you guys next week. Until then, have a great rest of the week, guys.